In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
A one, two, three, four. Fuck boys.
Dude. I don't know.
I could talk. That's why I laughed. I knew you were going to pause there.
Right?
So in that container on the end is a thing of Brookies, which is a layer of chocolate chip cookie on top of a layer of double chocolate brownies.
I thought for sure it was Mikey bringing in brownies that were
Nope.
fucking
Whoa,
kids.
dude.
Those are-
Whoa.
Those are no.
I'm
my
in the
wife-
job hunt, motherfucker.
It was just an assumption based on no real evidence.
No, those were made by my wife, but they're for you boys.
Excellent.
I'm high right now. Fuck boys. It's time for the Freedom Friends podcast, brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO, screw yourself that fucking sweet. Oh,
What happened there, buddy?
Little man crack. Little man crack. That sweet 15% off.
What did I tell you about colanders?
They strain your voice. You can't yell into them. And of course, our buddies OWellness.us for all those CBD needs.
Use your code FreedomFriends25 over there for a quarter off your order.
Yeah. Coming at you from a rainy fucking day in San Antonio. It's dog shit outside.
It's fine British weather.
It's fucking very British weather. Yes.
It's fine British weather.
Yeah. If we just had shitty food and like rude people with bad teeth, it would
Good
be like
beer,
there.
though.
Great beer. Yeah.
Good beer.
Unbex.
Unbex?
I watched Beerfest the other day.
That movie is way funnier than people give it credit for.
Did you get my Snapchat I sent you? Or video I sent you?
Maybe.
I recorded your favorite part. And I sent it to you.
I don't know.
I think
was probably drunk in Vegas.
Well, you definitely were drunk in Vegas. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm gonna be mad at myself if I didn't because I know I recorded
No,
it.
I don't have any Snapchats from you, bud.
No, I texted it to you.
Oh, okay. Let me look over there.
This is riveting podcast
I
material
know,
right
this is
here.
great.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Seriously?
Oh, there it is.
Well, I was like, I'm looking at it.
Oh.
It's a real high-stakes game in some opium den. Turned out the guys I was playing are the kind of guys who like to lose.
That is my favorite part of that movie. One of them.
I just like when they go to vote and he was like, round one, the British. Well, we kicked their ass in WW2. Cheerio. Here we go again. And they all just look at him like, the fuck?
I like it when they're like, so you fancy yourself a drink or something? They're like, well, we just beat the Irish, so, so I was like,
Yeah, fair enough.
fuck. What a great flick. I like a lot of the Broken Lizard stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
only
like
one-
I don't like all of it. I like a lot of it.
I didn't really like Club Dread.
They're a good one and done movie. They can't do a sequel.
The
No.
Slam and Salmon was dog shit.
They're like, they are very much one of those every other companies.
Yeah.
It's like this movie sucked, the next one's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the one after that sucks. And then it's
Well, like, because what are their big
Awesome.
ones? Beerfest is a good one.
I feel like they put
Super
out,
Troopers and
Troopers-
Beerfest are by far their.
I feel like they put
Yeah.
out the great one and then the shitty one, and then like, fuck, we gotta step our game up, boys.
Yeah.
And then they put out a
Then they
great
try.
one.
Yeah.
Well, the second one's like a freebie. All they have to do is make it and they'll sell tickets. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Well, the second one was crowdfunded. The second Super Troopers was crowdfunded.
You know, one of the highest grossing movies ever in box offices was Hangover 2.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the worst of the, it was the
But
worst
the
of them.
anticipation leading up to it, and it's just like, oh,
I didn't even watch the third
Was that,
one.
was that the one in Thailand?
I don't know.
That's the third one.
That's the third one? Which one's the second one?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's how bad it sucked.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's where everybody learned that the sequels aren't good.
I don't know if that's where everybody learned that, man.
Well, it's hard to do.
It's been going on
it's-
for quite a while.
It's hard to do sequels when sequels are meant for like if you have an expanded universe.
Yeah.
Like Marvel can keep making sequels
It's
because
not really
there's a
sequels.
universe.
Yeah, it's not really
Well,
sequels.
no, because you have like Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
You
but there's
have all that
independent
stuff.
storylines.
I'm not digging
But it's
all-
part of the universe.
I'm not
like,
Sure.
I'm not digging all the like Spider-Mans. There's been like what, 13?
Well, that's just that comes down to disputes between studios and shit.
And nobody
There's been-
fucking cares.
There's
Yeah.
been 8 unless you're counting
Okay, he cares.
unless you're counting Civil War, which I would say everybody watches that for the 30 minutes that Spider-Man's in it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's been 9. If you call that a Spider-Man movie. And
I
then
would
there's
actually call Civil War an
Spider-Verse.
Avengers movie and not a
Yeah.
Captain American movie.
Yeah.
Because every one of the Avengers is in there.
Yeah, but everybody still watches it for the 30 minutes that fucking Peter Parker's in it.
What are you talking about, man? I was stoked when Hawkeye showed up. Said no one.
Yeah, that poor fucking guy. Jeremy Renner.
Dude, I will never respect him again after Hurt Locker. Ever. No
Yeah.
matter what. I don't fucking care who you are.
What's the new one with John Cena?
And I hear he's a
Cena?
good dude.
So that is a show called The Suicide Squad.
No, yeah.
And he plays Peacemaker.
Yes, but there's Peacemakers out now.
Yeah.
Just Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I've been watching it. It's pretty funny.
I like that fucking whole scene that he gets into that old and he's like, you said you're a superhero like Batman. This, that, the other, and he's like, no, Batman's a fucking pussy. Why? Because he doesn't kill those motherfuckers. They just go to jail and they get out and kill more fucking people. And it's like goes on this whole rant about how Batman's actually a fucking pussy.
It's very true. For being a vigilante,
And what's awesome is Peacemaker's not a superhero. He's just got a dumb hat and a pistol.
My favorite is his pet eagle that when he's like depressed, like kills him a random animal like a squirrel and like gives it to him because you can tell he's depressed.
is this a cartoon?
No, it's a live action show starring John Cena.
It's fucking good. It's funny. I don't like him, but
I'm
it's funny.
fucking over Cena after
Yeah.
that Chinese bullshit.
You can't even see him in it.
What Chinese bullshit?
When he fucking apologized to China.
What?
But you know that was fake, man.
Was it?
What was he in? Like,
He did a fake
ring
video. No,
at
he
an
did a fake
arena?
video that he
Was
had been
wearing spandex?
kidnapped in China.
No.
He did this- yeah.
No, not that. I'm talking about when he like apologized for us fucking for America fucking shit talking China over COVID.
Yeah.
And he did it
who
in
cares?
Mandarin. And everybody was like,
Yeah. It was
fuck
pretty,
him now.
It was
like,
pretty weak.
I don't
It's
know.
like,
Man, I
dude,
don't fucking.
for a guy who plays Marines all the time in fucking movies, you're sure fucking don't act
John
like
Cena
one.
plays Marines in movies.
He was in the movie The Marine.
You know who?
That's a movie.
Yeah, it's terrible too. It's dog shit.
Speaking of people who step on their dicks,
You know,
and
some of the
really elevate themselves. Neil Young, my hat's off to him.
Dude, here's the thing. Nobody gives a shit about Neil Young or who's the other one? Joni Mitchell, who was like, well, I'm going to pull mine too.
you know what really
Nobody fucking cares, man.
We like
you know what? This is
Joe,
the first
sorry.
time Neil Young's been relevant in 30 years.
Yeah, exactly.
you know what really worried me about it is when Nickelback said they were going to put their music on Spotify if they didn't censor them. That's when I started getting really worried.
That's when it gets real. God. Nickelback and fucking.
Is Nickelback not on Spotify?
Oh,
I'm
I'm
sure they are.
No idea.
It was just a funny meme.
It's got to be the only way that they're fucking
Yeah.
getting played.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
everybody fucking hates on Nickelback. You play a Nickelback song, every motherfucker out there
Everybody
can say
knows it.
every fucking
Everybody
word.
knows it.
Well, it's because a lot of times people are like, wait, this is Nickelback?
Right.
And it's
Didn't
like,
we talk
yeah.
about this before?
It's actually not that bad.
They
I think so.
became a meme, and it's just like it's funny.
Why do people hate them?
One of my favorite memes to do though is I have that picture of look at this photograph one.
Yeah.
And I've taken like a face in the hole, so I've cut out that fucking photograph, so I put other shit in it.
Yeah.
So and I do it to all my buddies all the time, and I'm sure I've probably done it to a couple of you before. Fucking we're like, it'll be something funny or like a meme or something that makes us laugh, and it's like a joke between us, and I'll put it in that thing and I'll just send it to people randomly. And I'm just like, thanks for that, Nickelback. It's a good one.
He actually got the award for the rock and roll's ugliest frontman.
There's some steep competition in that too.
I'm like, that sucks.
There's some
Like-
ugly motherfuckers.
Dude. Well, Mick Jagger probably won it 45 times.
Chad Kroger.
Chad fucking Kroger.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler's
He is
another one.
hideous.
Anybody notice that Chad Kroger looks like your fucking grandma that's still trying to be cool now?
Yeah.
But Steven Tyler, God, he looks like your great grandma.
Yeah, fucking round. He's got some badass
on
cars
LSD.
You know, we gotta
His
give a
car
shout out
collection is legit.
because
though.
we did lose somebody who randomly you and I were talking about like 3 or 4 days before he died, Meatloaf.
We were talking about
Remember
Meatloaf
that?
and then he
We
died.
were like
yeah.
randomly brought up Meatloaf in conversation. And
Well, I think he came up because we were actually talking about Fight Club and Robert Paulson, who is Meatloaf.
yeah, no, you said you did a dad joke on me and you were like, he'll do anything for love.
But he won't do
But
that.
he won't do that. And
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
that's right. Because we were talking about how his
And then I brought up Bad Out of Hell, how that album cover scared me
album-
as a child.
because that album cover looks like you're straight up just gonna get into some Satan worshiping, and
Yeah.
then it turns into like Broadway operatic
It's- right.
fucking with
It's
a
ro-
guitar.
it's
and
rock
like,
opera.
and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
And I heard after he died, the news is all about it. But they said he got his nickname Meatloaf when he was like in junior high.
I thought he gave it to him himself.
Well, he just stuck, but he got it.
It's probably one that he got in junior high, and then he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm running with it."
And I think what a lot of our conversation was is we were talking about how it was impressive, how it's like I'm gonna make myself project myself as a badass, but do rock opera because I want to do my own genre,
right?
Fucking.
But hey, Ozzy's albums sell, so fuck it, we're making
right.
Yeah, But his album covers look like some sort of amazing Dungeons and Dragons campaign that you're about to fucking go on, and all of a sudden it's like love ballads that are 12 minutes long.
I feel like the devil has like a little claw machine, and he got Betty White. He's like, fuck. Then he got Bob Saget. Fuck. And a Meatloaf. And he's, God damn it, I'm just trying to get Nancy Pelosi.
If we could only be that lucky.
Yeah.
Right.
What we don't know is that Keith Richards actually snuck out the back of that fucking machine.
Right.
He's not even
He's sitting there watching.
game.
He's watching from the outside.
He watched fucking all
Dan's just sitting there fucking with it, and he's just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "How the fuck?"
He's like, okay, you could stay.
Yeah. He's like, how'd you get out? I follow the cockroaches that are going to be here after fucking nuclear war with me. Fucking Keith
And he
Richards.
was like, "Want to play a game? Not with you, Keith. Not with you."
So
fuck.
There's speaking of the music industry and the woke culture, a lot of artists are starting to push back on the whole thing because of restrictions on venues for vaccinated versus unvaccinated individuals and stuff like that. And one of the things I read about was Eric Clapton refuses to play at any venue in the UK that imposes vaccine mandates, right? And the reason being, and he's vaccinated. The reason being is
it doesn't work.
Well, he got the vaccine and he almost lost use of his fucking hands.
Oh.
And he was like, it almost took away my career.
Yeah, and when your
what's
nickname is
been
literally Mr. Slow Hand,
Right.
That's going to make things a little difficult.
That dude was fucking Beatles' wives. He's a legend, right? Layla was written about George Harrison's wife. A lot of people don't know that. That's a fun fact.
Eric Clapton, before he got his career, actually played on Beatles recordings.
Yeah.
And there's actually a quote saying that that George Harrison is the most underrated guitarist in rock and roll, and if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be who he is. But he's actually on Beatles recordings as a backup guitarist.
Yep.
Nice.
That's where he got his start.
It's true.
I saw him in concert. I won tickets on the radio to see Eric Clapton.
It's a fucking dope concert to go to. That's
Opened by
awesome.
the Wallflowers.
I'm a big fucking hey.
It was a great fucking concert.
I'm a big fan of Clapton, man. I always have
Yeah.
been. Matter
He's
of fact,
a boring show.
had one of my kids been born a female, their name would have been Layla after his song. Yeah. Fucking, we had a Layla Nadine picked out.
Nadine.
My grandmother's
I was
name.
going to say, there's got to be some relevance
Family
there.
name,
I was
yeah.
going to say, there's.
Yeah, so he basically was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. And then, of course, Kid Rock is also on that thing, but that's not really a surprise.
Did you see that song that he wrote?
Yeah, that he ripped off the Marine rapper, basically.
I just saw a clip in an article, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be good."
You know what's
Basically
interesting
wrote
about
a song called "Let's Go Brandon"? Essentially,
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about the whole UK vaccination thing or whatever is there's an amazing amount of exceptions.
Yeah.
If you're in the upper aristocracy of England, none of those restrictions apply, at all.
That's fair.
And so it's essentially if you pay enough in taxes, well, look the other way. But if
All
not,
you fucking peasants.
yeah, fucking monarchy at work, man.
there it is. There it is. So we do need to talk about the Freedom Truckers, the
Freedom
Convoy.
The Freedom Convoy, which is their thing is called Let 'em Roll, and it's this whole don't mandate solo truckers having to be vaccinated to haul your equipment. And it was they never even get out of their fucking truck. They literally, you hook them up, they pull, they drop, you never deal with them, leave them the fuck alone. So now there's this thing called the Freedom Convoy, and it's apparently just a bunch of fucking empty bobtails that are just trucking across the U.S.
Well, they're in Canada.
Yeah.
And I figure we give Canadians enough shit, but I'm actually proud of them for fucking going after and doing this, right? This is actually something that's pretty awesome. But, of course, Trudeau's being a fucking twat about it. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, who nobody gives a fuck about.
Is there anything he's not a twat about? See, he lost all my respect when he was all about fucking Greta.
We know.
All Greta.
Which one? Van
Yeah,
Suss?
which one?
No, Thunberg.
But so
Where the fuck is the truancy officer for this bitch?
right?
She's got to be 18 now.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Apparently, I got the producer team sent me this article, and granted, it's from fucking CNN, but still. Demonstrators of the so-called Freedom Convoy have been mostly peaceful, but the behavior, and it's spelled with an IOUR, so it's Canadian,
British, yeah.
of some members of the crowd have been strongly criticized. Police have opened up investigations into several reported incidents, including footage of a woman dancing on the tomb of the unknown soldier at the National War Memorial. That's not true, and it wasn't part of that thing, but it doesn't surprise me that fucking BBC's fucking up. Nazi symbolism was seen on protest signs, some likening COVID-19 health measures to Jews under Nazi persecution. Well,
No.
I mean,
No.
they are asking for our papers.
Okay.
So, I mean,
If I get pulled over, they ask me for my license too.
Is it a stretch? 100%.
And
It
it started somewhere. It started somewhere with
Yeah.
the Jews. They weren't immediately thrown into concentration camps.
Yes.
They were moved.
But
they were done this. They were done this. There's lots of
It
little
actually
steps.
started with voluntarily surrendering weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first policy that went into effect.
Canada.
You mean
Yeah.
like a buyback program?
Yeah. And then it went
Weird.
well. The one that we need to be more worried about instead of that is the fact that there are now school districts that are banning the book Mouse, MAUS, because it has Nazi symbolism in it.
Sure.
That is obviously you are banning a book that you did not fucking read,
Yeah.
because a book like Mouse is actually to inform you on how awful it gets when that kind of regime is put into place.
Well,
And
so
that's the whole story of that thing. And it's meant to educate young people on being able to recognize totalitarian governments. And now all of a sudden this book that forces you to recognize totalitarian governments has been banned, which would be the action of a totalitarian government.
So Trudeau went on to say about this thing, it was like freedom of expression, assembly, and association are cornerstones of democracy, but Nazi symbolism, racist imagery, and desecration of war memorials are not. And it's like you're pulling that out of context, Trudeau. Like
you can't disagree with his statement.
No, his statement's correct, but he's saying it out of context.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, but we live in a soundbite culture, man.
it's very true. It's very, very true. Like this is why I have such a fucking beef with printed media now.
This is why I have a beef with media.
Well, yeah, which is why I am also on. Well, obviously, as a podcaster, I'm on Joe Rogan's side on this Spotify thing. It's the
I
same
like the way
fucking
he's
battle.
handling it, though.
Yo,
Like, he
he-
was like, you know what?
He put out a thing.
Apparently, y'all don't understand that I invite people on to have an interesting conversation with me, regardless of, and he has very much brought on people from both sides of any argument.
Sure, he had fucking Bernie Sanders on there. Then like
Sanjay Gupta.
Yeah, like, I mean-
You know, like he said, all, you know, from the science thing to the spiritual side to,
Sure.
he's been all over the fucking place.
Yeah, he
It's just
just
an
talks to
interesting
people.
conversation. And again, this turns into, so he had one interview and you're going to isolate that against the, 3,000 interviews he's now fucking done. Cause he records every fucking day.
Yeah.
Like,
multiple shows too in
Yeah.
a day sometimes.
and, but it'll turn into like, well, this one time he had this one guy that said this one thing and I don't fucking agree with it. So pull my fucking music. And it's like, okay, but what about when he brings the people on that say the opposite?
It's cancel culture.
The da, da, da,
all
da,
it
and
is.
it's again, but that's evidence of that soundbite culture. The whole like, well, I only need to focus on this one instance of it happening, and it's like I get that way when you say something in a generality, and the people go like, well, what about this?
Are
And it's
you
like,
eating a fucking fruit roll up?
Yes.
You fucking child.
he said he was high at the beginning of the show. Like, what are you
I
not
have
tracking?
not seen a fruit roll up in 10 years.
Right.
You want one?
Fuck yeah, I want one.
I grabbed a few.
Thanks, buddy.
Fellas, you guys want a fruit roll up? Justin wants a fruit roll up. I know you do. Dave?
So I saw this. I saw this last week and I saved it because it made perfect sense to me. And I don't know why more people aren't. I don't know, understanding kind of what's going on in the big picture of everything. But it's a quote from somebody wrote to a school board about banning books. And it says, "I'm not going to sit here and talk about the slippery slope that book banning leads to because I've learned from a book that I checked out from my school's library that I don't need to resort to logical fallacy to make a point. I'm simply going to say that no government, and public school is an extension of government, has ever banned books and banned information from its public and been remembered in history as the good guys."
Yeah.
True statement.
So, one of my favorite statements about that is actually from Stephen King.
Yeah.
And Stephen King said, let them ban them.
and then go to the library. as
Don't
fast
do
as
anything
you
about
can.
it, but as fast as you can, find another library or bookstore wherever you can and get that book they just banned, because whatever knowledge they are trying to deny from you is exactly the knowledge you need.
Yeah.
And that's from
right
a
on.
horror author. Like,
That's from a guy who doesn't really lean to the same side that most of us
yeah,
lean
this
to.
motherfucker walks around Maine and then talks about like, Fluffy, that dog you loved, it's back to eat you. Like, that's that fucking guy. And
Actually, I think the dog's name was Cujo.
that's a different book. I'm talking about Pet Cemetery. Cujo's a whole other fucking story. And
That was a bat's fault. That was a good Saint Bernard until that bat got a hold of him.
Right.
Well, bats are the devil.
but
Motherfuckers.
there might be a bat out of hell. That's full circle right
Full
there,
circle.
folks.
We'll be here all week, kids. Fuck.
Fucking, you know what? I haven't said this on the show in a while, so I'm gonna fucking go ahead and do it.
Penis.
We say that all the fucking time.
Lots of dick jokes, yeah.
Scotty,
Yep.
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm home, so that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, fucking. Do you have to pay taxes to Nevada at this
No,
point?
no,
or,
no,
like,
no,
you're-
no, no.
Right.
Totally on the other end of that winnings to the losings. Yeah, no taxes here.
Well, that's a plus.
Well, I just figured you were there enough in the last fucking 30 days that you had like residency status.
I
Like,
think
fuck.
the post we put up was
Yeah.
Scott's been in and out of Vegas so much lately he's gonna owe it alimony.
Yeah. Fuck, man. But yeah, I haven't checked on you guys on the show in a while, so I figured I'd do it. John,
Yo,
buddy check, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Busy as fuck.
Mikey, how you doing, buddy?
You want the truth? Dog shit. I'm hanging by a thread. But
Well, that's why we talk about it.
yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not great. I'm not.
Well, I
you
got
know,
three
like,
options for you. Do you want a distraction? Do you want to talk about it? Or do you like want to handle it in your own space?
I mean, if I don't fucking know. Like, I mean,
Think
like,
about it. Those are the three options I got for you.
well, like, I mean, it just goes to show, like, everybody has bad days.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody, you know what I mean? And a lot of the people who listen to this and who are big fans of the buddy check, if you go back and listen to all our buddy checks, every one of our days was always way better than theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times that maybe it's just us, we're not being truthful, because maybe we were having a rough fucking day and we just weren't truthful about
Normally
it.
it's because it was on a Monday and we were all looking forward to it.
Yeah, and plus we'd already recorded a show and a debate and now we were hammered.
That always helps.
Well, when we're doing the buddy checks, though, he's absolutely right. The weekend had happened, and we've all admitted, both on and off camera, that we enjoy doing the show.
Yeah.
And so I think in the moment, we probably all were kind of shedding off the stress and everything that was going
Sure.
on. So at that time, yeah, the world looked pretty fucking awesome. But
Yeah.
that's
No.
why I was kind of doing it at the beginning here, because we stopped our buddy checks, but
Well,
I think
I
it's
mean,
important that we check on each other, and
today's
everybody's got
also-
some weird shit going on. So
like I have a lot of shit going on personally and professionally, obviously, but also today's my alive day, which is always a weird day.
Happy Alive Day.
Thanks, buddy. One of my
I
alive
was gonna
days.
say which one.
the mortar round.
like we said earlier, fucking Iraqis can't do anything right.
Right, dude? Jesus. But it's a valid question. Which one? Is it the mortar? Is it the RPG? Is it the gunshot? Is it the fucking one of the 7-eyed? Which one is it? Yeah, like, so, but no, that's a different kind of day.
The day he earned it or the day he learned about it? 2 different days, about a week apart.
Yeah. Right?
Had to get rotted off the range. And,
The urn came first.
And he'll but no, yeah, today's a live day for me. It's just a weird day,
well, of course, it's fucking weird because very few people can talk about coming that close to their mortality.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
very few people have that kind of mind, have a memory of going like, yep, that was death.
Here's
and
the
I was
crazy
right
thing
fucking there.
is we didn't lose anybody. We don't tell war stories on this show. That's
Nope.
one of the things that we don't do. But in this particular case, I'm going to bend that rule. I'm not going to break it, but I'm going to bend it a little bit.
We don't need
we didn't lose
we don't need a
anybody.
briefing of the action.
Yeah.
But it's
Essentially, we started taking incoming. I put my hand out of the vehicle to raise my seat up, and a mortar landed from me to Scott. Fortunately, the vehicle blocked all of this.
Right.
But my hand was out there.
Right.
It broke my goddamn hand. Right.
don't you still have a souvenir of that hand from it?
No, they eventually. I have. It's in.
That's an RPG in the other arm.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
correct. I still have the souvenir. It's in a jar at home.
Yeah.
But like because that round broke my hand, I made the driver move, and as soon as he moved the vehicle, 3 mortars landed right where we were sitting. So in a way, I'm thankful for this mortar round breaking my hand. I'm thankful for it because it would have killed me, a chaplain, 2 docs, fucking, and the rest of my crew. You know, like, I mean, it would have killed every one of us. We'd been fucked.
Right.
Had this not broken my hand. You know what I mean? So that fucking freaks me out. Like, what made me go, hey, what's going on out here? You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's like one of those days. So it's a
lesser of 2 evils kind of situation.
Yeah, I'll take a broken hand all fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm glad that it happened. That makes me, it makes me happy that I got hurt. You know what I mean? Because it saved everybody's life by me getting
Plus you get that cool license plate.
I got that cool license plate for it, yeah. You know, great parking at Whataburger or whatever the fuck. To use Jack Mandeville's joke. I'm not going to take his joke. Yeah, fucking, so, I mean, it's a weird day. I actually haven't reached out to my driver. Shout out there, Wheelix. Little fucker. He was a PFC. And I was like, move the fucking vehicle. And I'm kicking him.
Because you described that, I was like, I told my driver to move the car. And I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You were like, fucking move.
I was kicking the back of his seat. He was like, fucking move. They're walking him in. And then he's like, wee. And I'm like, put it in fucking gear. And he's like, oh, fuck. So, yeah. He turned out to be a great Marine and stayed in for a very long time and a good dude. But when he was a PFC, he was a bit of a douche, a bit of a dummy. But as weren't we all? But he fucking, but yeah, it's one of those moments in time that you think back on and you're like, fuck, that was close. You know, it makes you sweat thinking about it. Cause you're right. I almost died.
Very few people get that close. You know, like even if you've been in a car wreck or whatever,
there's a 23 when that happened.
There's a difference between, like I was in a car wreck and the car flipped 7 times. That's still not the same. Like there's a
no, but I guarantee if you drove down that same stretch of road,
yeah,
you'd be like, oh fuck, you know what I mean?
And, but it's very different when all of a sudden it's like that was an accident. This was literally somebody trying to take your life.
Yeah,
it's a different mentality.
Yeah, but so I mean, it's just a weird day. That's all. How about you, Jazz? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Stressed as fuck, but I'm good.
Yeah, you got some news coming.
I do.
Are you dropping that news yet, or?
I just don't think anybody cares.
You never know.
Not this crowd.
There might be.
Not this
crowd. We're happy for you, though.
And I know you guys are. Yeah. And Warfighter has huge news, too, and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's good stuff, but it's stressful. I mean, it's any moves like this are stressful, and it's a lot of money, and it's kind of like, I'm very confident everything's working, which my wife has a big joke about if I'm going to do anything, it has to be done the hard way.
That is true.
Like, nothing can just be, like, smooth with me. Like, everything has to be as hard as fucking possible. And it's all clicking and working, and it's kind of
you
like...
really want to throw a wrench in there, like take on a partner.
Fuck.
Yeah, right. It's fun, I'm telling you. I'm not talking about jobs. I've had others.
Yeah. But it's one of those, like, I'm not going to lie, like as well as everything is working, there is a lot of the stress I'm carrying isn't even what I'm doing. It's the brace for impact.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm like, something's got to happen. Like if this is all working too well, something's got to break.
I've always said if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all.
And that's kind of the deal, right? Is like everything, and it's become a running joke with Caitlin, and she's just kind of gotten used to it. But she just tells me, she's like, if you're going to do it, it's got to be the hard way. Like it can't just work. Like it's always got to be.
Well, how is she going to learn about it? Yeah. That's how you become an expert. Is you fuck it up 30 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, no, it's just me. Everything seems to work for her. Like it's just, but she's being amazingly supportive of all this, and it's great. But yeah, I'm definitely right now carrying a lot of the whole like something's gonna go wrong. Something's got to go wrong, and it's like so far the hardest part is like I don't understand the level of application and proof that I have to provide to these fucking companies to get the product. I'm like. I'm not trying to fucking sell drugs. Like, fuck.
Right.
It's cardboard and plastic. Like, why is there so much that you need proof of? But whatever. Yeah. It's all working. So
we shortly have a meeting with the fire department because cigars
are flammable.
Could be incendiary devices. and
Okay.
they need to know how we store them for fire reasons. And I was like, okay, I'll deal with this when we talk to the fire department. Like, what?
Boy, that would be
Absolute
that would
fuck.
be the slowest burning fire you have
Yes.
ever
Like,
seen.
oh,
in your
man,
life.
thank you.
It's smoke. You guys see flames? There's no flames. But it said, "Oh, that smells good."
Yeah, I could
like-
literally, I
is
could
that
go
if
light
you
that
leave it
whole.
alone- tobacco?
If you leave it alone, they go
goes
out.
I could go light
I
that
was just
whole
like-
fucking box on fire, and all that would happen is this would be the largest potpourri center in the fucking
But it'll
state.
go out. It won't even keep burning.
Right, I'd get about 15 minutes of burn, and then it would all just be like,
God, like fucking guy made my head explode. And I was just like, okay, we'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
It's pointless to argue with
it's
you. 'cause
fucking
you're
wild.
dumb.
But it's So I mean, I'm stressed, but I'm excited. It's a good stress.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. That's awesome, dude.
but yeah, no, it's good.
I know I've been looking for an outlet for a while since the whole firing and the whole fucking drama happened and everything. I've been looking for an outlet. I keep wanting to go camping. I think I've talked to Jazz about this. Like I want to go camping, right? And nothing crazy. I used to do this all the time. I'd take like a cooler and a tent, and I would just go up to like Canyon Lake on the military side and just fucking stay for a couple nights, right? Just by myself, sit there quietly, fucking chill, right? So I'm thinking about doing that. However, Mike Barker came through and was like, "Hey man, there's a whitetail fucking hunt coming up this week. It's game management tags."
Do you know how many you guys have to take that weekend?
No.
I do.
How many?
24.
Oh, fucking done. Jazz, you need some fucking venison?
Yeah.
There's only
Roger.
there's 5 vets going.
Dude,
Yeah.
shoot me one.
I need
All right.
some
You
meat.
need one? You need one? You need some?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I got to leave Saturday morning after the morning hunt
Yeah.
because Saturday's John's birthday.
Do you need a cooler?
Yeah, can I borrow your big one?
Yeah.
Cool.
If you fucking want to borrow mine, if it's gonna come back with meat, you can have it.
Yeah, right? Like-
Fucking,
Like,
I got that 125 and then I got a 60 or 120.
the only
and a
problem with mine
65.
is
yeah.
it's a.
Let me throw them in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
The
I
only
don't have
problem
it
with
me.
you can take it, but the only problem with mine is that it's split.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got a big one. I got a big one.
No,
Like,
you said it should be all right.
yeah, we'll be all right. If I bring 2 or 3 coolers, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If you take more than you're like, I don't need. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Because
Well,
I'm
so-
getting a freezer for the garage. So
And then
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna,
can-
and then I'm bringing it straight to my processor. It's right down the street here, and fucking
Yeah, I want like, and I'm not. But whatever you prep, I don't give a fuck.
okay.
Do the cut order, whatever you want.
All right. Yeah. I'm getting some of that sausage made.
Goddamn right.
Fucking A.
And the sausage.
That's the smoked sausage one I gave you.
Yeah, and
And
the
ground.
if the guy does the sticks,
He does.
Ground.
Lots of ground. Yeah.
yeah, ground, and I wouldn't mind some,
Yeah.
some backstrap or.
Well, that's what I'll.
whatever, just like-
That's what I'll do. Is like I
I still have.
need
fucking
2.
strap
I need
from
2
you.
deer for me.
I think it's Axis though.
If I get you a deer, me 2 deer.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah.
100%.
Or even if any of the other guys just want to shoot one and
Yeah. Whatever they don't want to keep.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know
Well,
Bark
we'll
will
find
do it
homes for
anyways.
it.
Yeah.
Typically, after those hunts, you see a post from Barker that's like, "Who needs meat?"
Yeah, right.
Like, so
Right. And that's kind of what it is. And we were down there. We're going down to help out a rancher who needs to manage his herd, here at the Womack Ranch,
Yeah,
which
I'm
you
actually
happen to be
wearing
wearing
a
the t-shirt. Yeah. I did want to actually pick your brain on this because I've never been here.
Okay.
I've never been to this.
It's just shy of 10,000 acres.
What rifle would you suggest I use?
when it goes bang.
What do you got?
the scar.
Well, I got the
I'd
Scar.
fucking use that Scar.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about
All
using
day
the
long.
Scar. Yeah.
Like, so it's just like anywhere else.
It's 100 yards,
Except-
man.
Yeah, except it's just a massive fucking. It's a beautiful, massive ranch.
Yeah.
That's where we do the gator hunts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's gators down there.
Fucking A.
Yeah. William Womack, and that is the only thing you call him is William.
Okay.
I didn't find that out the hard way, but I watched somebody find that out the hard way.
Yeah.
Is it
Somebody
Somebody try
calls
and call
Bill.
him Willie
Huh?
or something.
Bill.
I can't remember.
Or
It was either
Willie
Bill or
or
Will.
some shit. Yeah.
And he literally didn't pay zero attention to that and came back over, and we had like fucking 25 people sitting over there, and there's only a handful of veterans, and the rest were like his friends or people that helping on the ranch or whatever. And he's like, "Anybody over here call me Will?" And everyone's like, "Oh no." Yeah. But
I want to be like John from Warfighter told me to
fuck
call you Will.
He has a Connex. That's his arms room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
told me about this guy.
But actually, what you do have to give him shit about is ask him how deep that mud hole is that he got his Ranger stuck in the last time I was down there.
Okay.
But no, it's a beautiful piece of property.
Yeah.
Nice blinds. Everything's fucking You're
Nice.
gonna have a blast.
Fucking A.
Yep,
Hopefully I have a few.
you're gonna have a blast.
Nice. So my goal is to bring one magazine
You might want to bring more.
No,
I'm serious.
I will.
You got to take that many fucking
Between
deer.
that and if you guys sit for hogs, just fucking around shooting, like he has a fucking little trap house on a trailer.
Does he get green lights on the feeders or anything?
Oh, I don't know.
I was wondering if I should bring a green light just in case.
I would.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have a good time down there.
Fucking A.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited. I missed out on every opportunity to get deer this year.
Yeah.
I like doing these.
Yeah.
Because it's full circle.
Management.
It's management. It's helping a rancher. It's helping with manage herds.
And it's tasty.
And it's delicious. And it feeds my family for a fucking year. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's nice to have. So yeah, I like doing that. So let's kind of
got a shitload of deer on his property.
Nice.
Shit.
Fuck, I forgot your coffee.
Cool. But so I'm stoked because like I said, I've been looking for this outlet.
Right.
Barker came through in this, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I need a couple nights. Like the fuck out. You know what I mean? And trigger therapy sounds fucking great.
We did that dog and knife hunt the weekend before we went to Vegas for the trade show.
Yeah.
And that was a fucking, as usual, a game changer for the guys that we brought out there.
In hindsight, being 2020, I'm glad I didn't go to that.
Yeah.
Because I got sick as fuck on Saturday.
Oh,
I was like, and I had like the flu all day Saturday, so it was like, ugh. Or which might have actually been COVID.
It might have been. It was it's probably the old Omicron.
Because apparently I'm sitting next to patient 0 over here.
That happens.
So the dog and knife hunt, we're sitting in the same blind that you shot at 2 at.
Yeah.
And 4 pigs came out, had 4 shooters in the blind, dropped 4 pigs. Well, 1 ran off and then it died. But, yeah.
He ran off. I'm pretty sure he died later.
And one of them was a zombie pig.
Yeah.
We, no bullshit, put about 25 rounds into that motherfucker.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Oh, yeah, fuck. So,
there's literally
shit together.
There's literally micro content about just that story about zombie pigs.
Really? Fuck, dude.
This is a long week.
Yeah, and I'm the high one. All right.
Is Warfighter sharing its news?
Sure.
Yeah, we're moving.
Hey.
Yeah. Going to Florida. Fuck you guys.
Fuck it. We're out.
That's the end. This is the last episode.
Justin doesn't know yet, but we're just going to load him in the trailer, and then when we stop, we'll be in Florida.
Yeah. But tell his parole officer or whatever.
I don't take up a bunch of space.
Especially not when you're in the box.
Very true. Very true.
The box.
Go get the gimp.
Now we're moving across town to a little bit bigger space. So
a little bit bigger.
Quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
But it'll be good.
About 4 times the size of this building.
Yeah. Might have some events there. And,
So happy for you guys.
We'll do
it's
some
fucking
cool
awesome.
Shit. It's actually it's only about 15 minutes from here, so
nice.
It's not that far.
Yeah. It's about the same amount of drive time from my house to here.
Yeah.
As it will be to the new place, I think.
Not for me.
Not for you.
Gotta be way closer for you.
Shit's close as shit.
Yeah. It's down the street from you. Fuck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Scott's commute stayed the same. Mine about doubled. So my 12 minutes is now like 24 minutes.
Yeah. Is yours about the same?
Yeah.
If it makes
I guess you just take 1604 to 78 and over.
He just doesn't have all of this fucky shit to come up here. So
if it makes you feel any better, John, mine got cut in half. So
okay. That means you get twice the work now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so now they know who's opening the shop there, smart guy. Yeah, dude, we're proud of you guys. We're happy.
I think it's awesome.
That the demand is there and that you can grow to it. You know what I mean? I think that's what's cool.
That's why I'm so happy. It's not that just that it's new space, but it's that it's necessary. Like you guys need that space
We need a little
to
room.
keep up.
Yeah. It was either that or the podcast was going to die and we were going to use this space. So.
Right.
See, that's dedication to a product right there.
That's right.
It's going to lease a fucking space 3 times the size so the podcast stays around.
By the way, Freedom Friends will get the rent bill too shortly.
You can bill that to our sponsor, warfightertobacco.com.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. No, we appreciate you, as always, letting us come here every week and fucking occupy space.
No, it'll be good. It'll be good. The new place will be great. So
yeah, we're excited about it, man. We're excited for you. I'm excited to see, and I don't think the backdrop's going to even change from what he was telling me.
Nope,
it's like,
I don't know if visually the viewer, for anybody that watches the show, is going to see any sort of fucking difference.
Yeah,
so.
But interesting stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's cool. It's fucking cool.
It's good.
Boys, I got a pop culture story for y'all that I think y'all will like.
Okay.
So there's a teenager who wrote a script that tracks Elon Musk's private jet.
I saw that.
And Elon Musk had sent him a message asking him to take it down, delete it, because he doesn't want some crazy whack job to find him. And he offered him $5,000 if he would delete it. And the kid counter-offered with $50,000 so that maybe he could get a new car, like a Model 3. And so Elon didn't say no, but he said he was going to think it over. And
it would be cheaper just to give him a Model 3.
That's what he's going to do. He's probably give him the $5,000 that he offered him. And he's like, by the way, here's your Model 3.
So
here's your $5,000 to pay your taxes.
And,
on the Model 3.
And I liked your program that you wrote. I'm going to offer you a job.
Yeah. Well, I kind of, this is like a mini debate, but is the kid an asshole or just really smart?
He's fucking brilliant.
The kid should have fucking countered with more. You know how much money Elon Musk is
He's
worth?
the most rich. He's the richest guy in the world.
Yeah. Like $5,000 to him is like, here, I'm going to give you $1 if you shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right?
Musk made his $50,000 offer taking a shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude's so rich he's got a deprivation chamber in his office.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Mine's like the opposite of that. My office. It's the opposite of a deprivation chamber.
I can see that.
There's everything's going on.
Yeah. you got a lot of shit going on in there.
I can't wait to get a new office.
Got a solid gun case in there though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Now we'll have a gun room.
Nice.
Yes,
So
we'll have a whole room.
So you go in
dedicated.
armory.
Yeah, we're doing arms room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can have a clipboard on the walls. You have to come in and sign shit out.
Let me talk to my brother about a steel door.
Oh, I don't need that. We'll just put a fingerprint lock.
Oh, okay.
It's pointless to have a steel door when you have drywall walls.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you double drywall them. You fireproof it.
Oh, so you got to
Even
Kyle
that.
it twice before you can reach in and unlock the door?
No, you like what I did with mine is I took the drywall and then I set up like a fence inside and then I drywalled over that fence. So it's like
Yeah, but you own your house.
fireproofed. Yeah.
I'm not worried about fire.
Well, I know I wasn't either.
I was worried about theft.
Yeah. Same. But that's cool though. Whole arms room.
And we'll have a war room, a planning room.
I'm actually looking forward to. You told me about the plan for that table in there. I'm excited to see.
Oh,
that.
that's our conference room. That's
I'm
a
excited
different
to see
room.
that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Sons of Anarchy style conference table that we're gonna hand carve.
Nice.
I could probably build you the table,
Yeah,
but I can't do the hand carve for
we'll
you.
do that.
But I could probably build you the table.
So I think it'll be good if we do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it might suck, but it'll be good.
No.
Because
No, what you do is you
add-
carve it,
Yeah.
and then we'll put the walls up and just have your wife come pour
Yeah.
resin over the top of it, and then
Yeah.
so no
it'll
one
be
matter.
sweet.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Because
dope.
the walls that you need to build those big, it's the same drywall shit that you use in a bathroom.
No.
Hollywood Herd is calling me a fucking hillbilly
He just texted me too.
because I don't have my vaccine. He's like, damn you hillbillies.
Tell Hollywood, I was vaccinated and I just got over COVID. So fuck it all
Yeah.
at this point.
I got something to talk about, boys. I shared this thing on my Facebook.
Oh God!
Did you see it?
Fucking.
What in the fuck, man?
So what I don't understand is, so
Like-
here's the tear I had, right?
Uh-huh.
Is the same group that is okay with the fact that's like, well, that's what they identify as, are also the same ones that yell and scream about anybody dressing in costume because that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Chopping your fucking dick off so that you look like another race is like the definition of cultural appropriation.
So let's give some context to that because it sounds fucking insane because it fucking is. Transracial influencer wants a penis reduction surgery so they can look 100%, this is quote unquote, 100% Korean. There's this white dude over in fucking the UK
Whoa.
who identifies as Korean. Like,
Hey, you can't identify as a Korean
you
unless
can't.
you're from Korea.
Yeah, it's a nationality, you fucking dunce.
Wasn't
Like-
there somebody that tried to identify as Native American?
Yeah.
Doesn't she work for the U.S. government?
.00000016, I believe.
The one that you need to talk about is the one that was running, well, that huge chapter of the NAACP, because she identified as a black chick, and then it turns out that then her
She was
parents came
white.
forward and was like,
Rachel
nope, she's
Dolanzer
fucking
or
white.
whatever.
Like, we're her parents. Here's her fucking birth certificate. This is the white woman that gave birth to her, and I'm the white dude that put my dick in this white woman and made this white baby.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
Like, That's the one you got to talk about, not the I'm 0.000 whatever Native American. Oh, okay, I'll buy that
now-
for a fucking
so
dollar.
this
but
Is the
It says-
influencer trying to identify as somebody that's North Korean or South Korean?
So this is what it is.
Because that would be fun.
Well,
that,
so-
is
Have
also, that is also going on the assumption
a
that there's not some
self-correcting
big
problem
dick
if it was
swinging
North Korea.
Korean.
Well, all right. So it's a non-binary person named Oli London, who previously defended themselves for identifying as Korean after telling social media followers last year that they had undergone racial transitional surgery.
What?
And the racial
Now we're just making shit up.
right? Like that's what it sounds like to me.
He got a tan.
The transracial influencer has revealed that they want to have a penis reduction procedure so they look, quote, 100% Korean, end quote, having already spent an estimated $250,000 on around 20 surgeries in a bid to look like BTS star Jimin.
Bro,
I would
stop
say
trying to brag.
One, I would say that's racist.
Yeah.
Because how do you know there ain't some hung Koreans out there? And two,
Careful. North Korea still practices some weird shit.
that's a weird flex, bro.
Yeah. So he says, I don't want people to get offended by this, but in Korea, the average penis is 3.5 inches. And I get trolled all the time, people saying, oh, you can't be Korean. You're not 100% Korean. And I just want to be 100% Korean.
Well, that
That's,
would
that's a direct quote.
That's not how it works.
that's not how that works at all.
At all.
Stop using your custom tape measure and use a real one, and you're fine. You're
Right?
fine.
A study on the penile size of the Korean men from the Department of Urology at the Capital Military Hospital in Seoul, Korea, found that the mean length of the penis in a non-erect state was 8 centimeters, 3.15 inches, and 12 centimeters, 5 inches when erect.
Motherfucker, I'm Korean. Gotcha, bitch! I didn't even have to have surgery.
He was born Korean.
A Korean from the waist down.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Oh God, what is wrong with this world?
Look at these fucking pictures of this fucking dunce, man.
Fucking Jesus.
Like, what the?
You know, kind of along the same lines. I seen something the
That's
other day.
both a gross dude and a gross lady.
It might be a chick. I don't know.
No,
I don't know
it's got
what
a penis.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess.
Come on, Mikey.
Nice tits, bro. Nice tits, bro.
Right? That's it.
Let me see the tits. I got to eat.
No, I'm just saying, like, that looks like
I
a
like
picture of
dudes
a
with tits. There, I got you. We don't even have the button anymore, but I'll fucking do it. Go ahead, fire me. Fire me.
Scott likes dudes with tits.
So I was reading this article the other day along the same lines.
Like,
where
what the fuck is wrong with society?
there's
It's not
this
society. It's that fucker.
there's this trans dude who is in a collegiate swim team, and he's the only one. And there's like, I don't know, whatever, 35, 40 chicks on the team. And
Oh,
then this
I thought
dude,
you were. Seriously, I thought you were about to tell me he was the only one on the swim team. I was
No,
like,
no.
That's not a team. That's just a dude that swims.
So raised hell and high water for him to use the same locker room as the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Except he still has a dick.
Yeah.
And so now all the girls on the team are coming forward being like, this is fucking not, we're not okay with this.
Well, has she gotten a boner in the locker room yet?
And so essentially, like, they had to go anonymously.
valid question.
They had to go anonymously to a news source, so they didn't lose all the shit they've been working for their entire life to get on this swim team.
I wouldn't have done anonymous. Fuck all 40 of us. I'd have been like,
Well,
nope.
but they made the greatest point: is they're alienating the entire rest of the team to make accommodations for one person.
Weird.
Now, this one person is fucking shit in the male side of swimming,
Yeah.
but is setting records on a female side.
Surprise, surprise.
Right?
It's because men are better than girls at stuff.
But they shouldn't be
My
on a
favorite
fucking girls team.
My favorite story about that is actually from the last Olympics.
Yeah.
And that dude that was a trans woman
The weightlifter.
and went to go do powerlifting and lost.
That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
That's the best.
I'll kill yourself.
So went to the Olympics and failed to produce a quality snatch.
Yes. Oh, you had that one in the chamber.
I've been waiting. That felt good. It felt good to let go of.
That's good. That's
Jazz, what are you smoking over there?
I'm fucking excited about this one. So, as we have talked about, I am a massive fan of the Warfighter
Of
Corojo.
putting little skinny things in his mouth.
Also that.
Can confirm.
And now I have been lucky enough to be able to taste this and the test blend that came and all that kind of stuff. And now they are official, but they have actually made the 556 Garrison Corojo into a Lancero, and it is available for the public.
Yes.
And I am beyond fucking excited
It's
about
available
this.
to the public through your local dealer as of right now.
Yeah.
And soon.
Yeah, that's a
they'll be
brick and
on the
mortar
website.
stick, right? Yeah. So
They got launched through
as
brick and mortars.
with all of the blends are available. in
Yes,
the
and
Lancero.
I will tell you right now that I didn't know that Warfighter
Oh.
cigars could get better until I had a 556 Field
Goddamn
shade
right.
fucking Connecticut
thing is so good.
in a fucking Lancero, man. I was like, this might be the greatest cigar I've ever smoked.
And the funny
I
thing is
fucking loved it,
in
man.
the cigar industry, if you told somebody else, oh, it's a Connecticut Lancero, everybody's going to look at you like you have
Yeah.
a fucking dick growing
Cool
out of your
story, bro.
foot. Then you smoke that fucking thing and you're like,
you're like,
why hasn't anybody done this?
Yeah,
This is fucking amazing.
That thing is fucking awesome, man. So
Yeah, it's so good.
That's the one we had the least amount of hopes for.
Just like the rest of the, and
And
the
it
rest of
tur-
the
it
industry is
turned
like,
out-
Connecticut.
Would you call it the Great White Hope?
Well, it's a great
Taupe hope.
Great light hope.
light.
It's light.
It's so good. But yeah, I love this blend, and the fact that now it's in a Lancero, it just means that all I can taste is wrapper. That's all I really care about.
Well, there you go. Fucking A. What do you got, John?
I just finished, I don't even know, and I'm about to light up the same thing.
Nice, nice. I'm on my go-to. I'm on a fucking 762 Field.
I think I had a 50 field before this.
Yeah.
50 field, medium body Maduro.
760 Garrison here.
That's your
If
usual.
it broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? I haven't been partaking in this one the last few weeks. I've been on a 50 Field or or just the shade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got back from Vegas. The cigars were so dry in Vegas.
yeah.
Dude, it's
the
brutal.
the first one we got back when we had to pick up my truck here, drop some stuff off, and we grabbed one for the ride home, and it was like the best cigar I had all week.
Right.
It's brutal out there
Yeah,
when you
you
go to any
feel
of the
like
trade
dry.
shows and stuff. Because
The cigars were so dry when we got back, and I picked up a Minuteman, and I'm like, "Whoa, this feels heavy."
it's bad when you go out there. Every time you go to the trade show and stuff like that, as soon as you open anything, but Vegas just like it'll take all that moisture for you. And it's like,
Yeah.
and you go out there and you're supposed to smoke and like taste stuff.
So why don't they
and whatever.
change the venue from Vegas?
Because
Good
every
question.
other city has gone smoke free. So the way the trade show used
New
to work,
Orleans.
so the way the trade show used to work was actually it was in Vegas and then it would go to another city.
Yeah.
And then it was in Vegas and then it would go to another city. So it would be like Vegas, New Orleans.
Or Orlando. Or
And then it would be Vegas,
Houston.
Orlando, and then it would be Vegas and then another city. And the idea was it'll be in Vegas, so it's on the west side of the US, and then they'd pick something else that was more eastern based.
Yeah.
But so many cities just won't play ball anymore, especially with the convention centers, which you need that level of
Yeah.
space to have the amount of people that show
Sure.
up.
Sure.
So, and then Vegas cut them some fucking wicked deal for
10
like
years.
10 years or some shit.
There's only 2 years left on it.
Really?
So
Yeah.
they're looking at trying to move it again, but it's really hard to get a city to play ball now.
I'd go to that Harrah's Casino in fucking New Orleans,
I don't understand why they don't look at like Foxwoods.
Right.
or fucking go find a
Like, isn't Foxwoods the largest casino in
Yeah.
the
but-
U.S.?
So the downfall of Fox was those you don't have enough lodging.
That
for all the
and
people
that's
to
the
show
other
up.
problem is it's like the in and out, the flights to get in, like everywhere flies to Vegas. It doesn't
True.
matter
Yeah.
where the fuck you are in the United States.
$40 from San Antonio.
Anywhere in the country. It's unless you live well, like Boston. Flying Boston to Vegas is insanely expensive.
Well, that's
For
'cause
some
it's,
fucking
it's
reason.
fucking Logan.
And
you probably have to take Southwest.
But that's the other thing is that where do you house all the people? And then who played ball?
Yeah.
And most convention centers won't let, 5,000 cigar smokers show up in their building and light up.
Truth.
It's really hard to hold a cigar trade show
When you can't.
when you
smoke.
can't smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not exactly something you could do outdoors either.
No.
Huh. It's interesting though.
It's kind of funny seeing some of the bars though, like that are, I don't know, cigar friendly, that are just getting their fucking nuts kicked in.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Very
I bet.
under-equipped.
Fuck.
The
Yeah.
bars there crack me up because you never know which ones you can smoke in, which ones you can't.
You just
so,
do
like-
it until somebody tells you no.
Yeah, so there's like a burger place that's inside of the Palazzo called Oakwood or something. Fucking, but it's not a bad bar. So we walked in there, we're sitting at the bar, and I'm sitting there eating, and like somebody like 4 seats down lights a cigarette, and I was like, "You can fucking smoke in here?" And she was like, yeah. And I was like, fuck me. Like, I didn't. So I just lit up and just sat there and ate my fucking burger and smoked and shit. And I was like, you never know in that city. Like, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Dude, but you find that same thing in like random bars like outside of Vegas too, though, man. Like I was in Fredericksburg. I went to that bar that I talked about where I met the owner and shit.
Yeah.
Like we walk in and there's ashtrays on the bar. People are smoking and I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember
because it's kind of a patio.
10 years ago in Vegas, though, like you'd go to the trade show, you never put your cigar down. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like
I don't even want to know how many cigars I smoked this week.
fuck.
Well, it's because you don't have to wear a mask if you have a cigar in your mouth. You just walk around.
Shot show, they were masked Nazis.
Yeah, they were douchebags about it.
No, one person one time.
We only had to wear a mask the beginning of the first day.
Yeah.
Huh.
And what I mean by that is everywhere that we went.
Did we walk through a casino? So
they just got over it. They're like, whatever.
We were we mentioned it last week when we got back when we went to Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
So the Denny's that we went to when we were in Vegas, and granted this was me, Scott, Jim, my buddy Adam, and Gary, right?
Yeah.
And the Denny's is inside of a Days Inn hotel and casino.
Oh, classy.
So it's super classy.
I know
right?
exactly what Denny's you're
You know
talking
what I'm
about.
talking about? Off the strip, fucking yeah. So we were at that Denny's, walking through that tiny casino. The guy's like, "You guys need to wear a mask," and we all just kind of looked at the guy. We were like, "No, we don't." I just can't walk.
By the way,
what the fuck are you gonna do?
The tables in that hotel have a $1 minimum to sit at those tables.
Oh, dude, I would fucking get into
It's
that.
a $1 table minimum.
We were talking to a cab driver.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And he used to be a blackjack dealer.
Yeah.
And he was talking about he used to work at this casino that had $1 minimums. And he'd have all these homeless guys come in because they could drink for free. And
Yeah.
they get so excited they won. And it's
Yeah,
like, you know, blackjack is $1.50.
Because
You actually turn like Jack Ace, and you're like, "Fuck!" It was like
I like
$1.50.
I like $5 tables.
Yeah.
Like I'll play a $5 table. I'll fucking
Yeah, but see, I'll go play a $1 table because I walk in with fucking whatever $40 and be like, if I lose everything I've got,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I still sat through 40 hands and I fucking
and I'm hammered
yeah,
for free.
yeah.
No, it costs
Cheapest way to
$40.
drink in the city.
Yeah, sure. Well, that and penny slots.
No, it's
They're
not.
not pennies.
No. My drinks cost me way more sitting at the slot machines.
Yeah.
Normally, I would agree. This last trip for me didn't turn out like that. This last trip for me turned out
You
well.
were good.
Yeah.
Because somehow I made $800 on fucking penny slots. Right? That never happens.
You were just right time.
Well,
all those
a
things
penny
are,
slot that you're
times.
betting
they're all
$5 to go
timed
at.
ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the problem with those penny slots. It's like, well, I'm gonna 1,800.
Max
It's
bet's
like
$10.
Yeah.
What?
We were playing one of the machines and you could pick your denomination. And so we just like, okay, 25 cents. What's the max bet? And it was what? $50?
It's $50 a spin.
$50 a spin.
Sure.
Holy shit.
I mean, well, you get on those like $1 machines. You know, it's $100 for a fucking.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, if you're gonna play slot machines, the bet is with the max bet. That's like
That's your best chances of winning the most money.
yeah, like
The key to winning on slot machines is having the bankroll to get to the point where that machine pays out.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you put $100 in a penny machine,
Yeah, but they favor the casino. So that's not a true statement.
see, that's just it. They don't.
You just have
so
to,
all of
because-
those machines are progressive machines.
Well, that and they're not owned by the casino. They're leased by a company that makes them.
and they're all progressives. So you want to find one that somebody's already pumped a bunch into,
Yeah.
and you can sit on it late because that's when it'll start paying out.
because eventually they all
all
state
hit.
law they have to pay,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
just a matter of when.
Yeah, so they're all
It's like
progressive.
what is it? It's like 1 in 150,000
and they're
spins or some
progressive.
shit.
So every time it spins, you're getting closer and closer to the payout. So it will hit. It's just when you got on the machine.
Yeah.
So like somebody hits and walks away, that's not a hot machine. That just means it just fucking reset. And you want to find the machine that you want to find the one that somebody's been sitting at for 6 hours and fucking burned through 3 packs of Pall Malls and has already primed that machine.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to hit.
Yep. Now the old myth that like they set the ones by the entrance
It's bullshit.
like looser. That used to be the case when it was like the old school
Yeah, but
3 fucking
when they were
ones.
mechanical, they're
Yeah.
not now.
Yeah.
They're all centralized.
Yeah. So now
Somebody-
it's much different.
Somebody, could you freshen?
Croutons?
Could you fix that for me? I appreciate
Put
you.
a little
I
up in that
appreciate
ass.
you.
So transracial and gambling.
I got an interesting question from my wife the other day.
One and the same.
And she, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, "Are we going to have World War III? Are we going to war with Russia?" And I was like,
no, but Ukraine probably is.
I was like, no, we won't go. And I was like, and the reason we're not going to see World War III is the UN. Like, that's why. Everybody that's involved in this is UN member. So it's going to end up becoming it's going to change legislature. I do think we're going to see law changes, but I don't think we're going to see war. And I was like, but I'm not going to lie. If we actually had to fight Russia, we literally built our entire force to fight Russia and then just kind of never rebooted. We took a Russian-ready army and sent it to the desert, but everything was built to fight Russia. Like, that was why we did everything.
Yeah, we're going to win.
Trust me, there's some old salty four-stars sitting around that remember when they were supposed to go to Russia the first time and are like, are we gonna fight the fucking Russians?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to fight the fucking
Russians?
Russians?
You know about that Russian sub that got caught right outside of Ireland?
Okay, so those Irish fishermen are now my favorite people on the fucking planet.
Right?
So the Russians were doing military movements 250 miles off the coast of Ireland.
Yeah.
And some fishermen saw this fucking sub and was like, there's Russians in the water. And apparently all the Irish fishermen were like, fuck it. And they all got in their boats and went out there and just like flooded the area so that they couldn't operate. And just like got in the way of the fuck. And then it's almost like
they called in like a fleet of fucking mix.
So all these Irish
dicks.
fishermen just literally floated their shit out there, anchored, and just started cracking drinks. And it was like, fuck you. And just sat there in the way. Didn't do anything. We're just in the way. But it's international waters, so you can't like be like, fuck you, leave. And they're like, yep, fucking make me.
Turn my little fish finder on and just started throwing rocks. Let's see if that works. What about here?
And all I can imagine is like, we're fishing, and they just had like one pole on the back of there.
One pole and 6 cocktails.
We're fishing.
We're fishing,
Imagine
bud.
if you get that, though. You get a Russian sub, all of a sudden, ding. Like, what the fuck was that?
Or you're watching your fish finder, and all of a sudden it's a fucking like, what the fuck?
So you start throwing
What
rocks.
the fuck?
But I have so much fucking respect for that. The Irish are just like, well, we can't fight them, but we can just fucking be in the way.
Yeah, we can just ruin their day.
So this whole thing turned into a meme about the Irish started calling fucking all their relatives in Boston, and they were like, send the lobster boats. And then just fucking, it was like,
Your cousin,
Johnny,
your cousin Tully's in trouble. Grab the lobster boat. calling in the Gloucesterman.
Fucking, I have so much respect for that. And I was like,
fuck yeah, dude.
That's why those are my people. It's like, can we fight? Nah. But we can be in the way. And it's like, all right, well, that works too.
No, but we can inconvenience the shit out of them. All right.
Here, you can take that.
How was your fruit roll-up?
It was good.
Right?
Yeah.
See? Judge me. Stealing my kids' snacks.
We don't kink shame around here.
Right?
Oh, fuck. So, yeah, but now it's looking like there's going to be sanctions and all sorts of shit that's going to go. That's how we're going to try and get in the way of this.
Yeah, it's going to get retarded
sanction
quick.
it all and blah, 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 blah.
I
don't fucking, I'm not going to lie. At this point, like, I'm a little burnt out on war.
Yeah.
It's like, can we take a break?
I wouldn't
Like,
want to fight Russia.
The only downfall if a war like this kicks off
That'd be my kids' conflict. I don't want that.
is there's going to be hundreds of thousands of deaths.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's going to be real war.
Yeah, it would be real.
well, that's what I mean. Like,
That's going to be force on force, conventional
like we were
warfare,
telling
and-
somebody in Vegas, like us fighting ISIS was like you fighting a third grader on the playground, and us fighting Russia is like you fighting a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a fucking fight.
It's conventional warfare.
Yeah.
It's real force on force warfare.
Well, and they have good equipment. And they have
Yeah.
a military with what do you call them? Balls.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're fucking insane.
yeah, they
Like-
probably don't have woke generals.
They also have leadership that's
Yeah.
got balls. Yeah.
all their generals are actually dudes.
And let's not forget the fact that country is still run by the KGB.
Not
Oh, yeah.
Like,
dudes with tits.
I know there's a president. That president was part of the KGB for like a very long time, and now there's no KGB. But all of those,
Wink, wink,
Now
wink.
it's just called the government.
yeah,
Right.
Because all of them now are like political appointees into major. Like the KGB still runs Russia, so like they're bass backwards on a lot of shit, but they're still a fucking superpower. And that's conventional warfare. We haven't done that in a very, very long time.
Their president
91.
probably knows his name.
That wasn't conventional warfare either.
Sure it was.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, it was fucking fighting JV, but it was conventional.
Conventional in that we were walking into military bases and there was just uniforms on the ground because they just walked the fuck off.
Yeah, but that happens in every war.
Russia ain't doing that.
Oh, no. That's
Like,
something that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
These are the dudes in World War II were so fucking poor that they were like, you carry the rifle, I got the ammo, let's go. And if one of us gets smoked, we still good. Like, I mean, and that was like Russian mentality. That's
Yeah.
Stalin at his finest.
Let's
you know?
remember Stalingrad, where they were like, hey, we're not even going to shut the tank factory down during this. We're just going to roll them out the back door into the battle. And when you
Right.
run out of ammo, just exit the vehicle and run back and grab the next one because we're just going to roll that bitch out too.
Yep.
Like, that's Russia.
Yeah.
And shit hasn't changed. Like, that's still fucking Russia, except for now their tanks are like, M1 level.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe let's not fuck around because I really don't want to find out.
I think it's going to be more of an air battle in the first place.
I don't.
More than anything.
I think it's all going to be a UN sanctioned war.
Speaking of air
Well,
battles,
whoever controls the air
there's just
superiority
so much
fucking
in the
wins.
news right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of air battles, we lost an F-35
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in the South China Sea.
Sure
out of all
did.
fucking places.
Just-
And then it was
Lost-
a race to fucking find the motherfucker.
Well, the
No,
thing
it
is
wasn't lost.
yeah,
Well,
we lost in as much that it went down. We knew where it was.
Well, it was
Yeah.
right off the end of the aircraft carrier, so
Yeah.
it wasn't far.
yeah, hard to miss.
The most advanced aircraft in the world
Whoops.
fucking botched a landing. Like, there should be a button, aircraft landing, and you just sit back.
You know what? There probably is, but that dude was probably like, "No, we're gonna
I
do it
got
manual."
this.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't.
It's like, listen, dude, just pay attention to fucking Elon's button that he put in here for you and fucking use it.
I talked to an airliner pilot that flew like 747s.
Yeah.
And he was literally like, I'm not necessary on this bird. It's just the general public is not comfortable with the fact that they would get on an aircraft,
think?
that there's not somebody piloting it. But
Yeah.
I don't do anything. I'm just here.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, speaking of which, did you see the thing I sent you today about Emirates?
yeah.
Fucking,
Dude, I fucking,
oh,
I
the
can't,
highlight of my life.
I can't stand who owns Emirates. But fuck that airline is
That's the-
Jesus.
It's a different level of airline.
It's next level. Even,
God damn.
you could get the cheap seats on Emirates, and it is still going to be
Still
the
good.
nicest flight you've ever had.
And the best meal.
Yeah.
Like the best fucking airplane
Yeah.
food you'll ever drink.
Eat drink.
No, you're not
I
drinking.
was looking at your drink. Sorry.
You ain't fucking drinking. That ain't happening on Emirates. You ain't fucking drinking on Emirates.
They got booze.
I bet.
Yeah, they got booze.
You're
got
not,
booze.
you're
They got
not
a
drinking on
stand-up-
Southwest, though,
They got
motherfucker.
a stand-up bar. You walk up to the bar and get a cocktail on Emirates.
On the Islamic airline.
Yeah, fucking watch the thing I gave you. I sent you.
Oh, I've flown Emirates.
Yeah,
They would not bring me booze.
upstairs. You got to walk up to the bar.
So it's like the British thing. You got enough money.
Yeah.
You can fucking get booze.
Well, probably. Yeah,
Since
probably.
how it is in Dubai.
Yeah, yeah.
Dubai's hilarious.
Because
Dubai
it's like
is fucking hilarious.
it's
It's
like
a dry
no booze,
country.
except for in this little area.
But at this
And
hotel,
you can get fucking wasted in the airport.
dude, I went to Dubai. My flight wasn't for like 14 hours, so we had a hotel. Went to the hotel.
Did you go to the Holiday Inn Express that's attached to the airport?
No, we actually were off.
Yeah,
Like, but you walk in and there's like the picture of whatever fucking royal member
sure.
owns that fucking hotel and all that shit. So the hotel doesn't have a bar, but attached to it was an Irish pub, and I was like, "Oh, this will be interesting."
They really love Irish pubs there.
What does an Arabic Irish pub look like? And I walk in, and the dude's like, "Top of the morning, what can I get you?" And I was like,
Irish as fuck.
"Hey, Irish as shit." And I was like, "Can I get a pint?" And he was like, "Coming at you." And I was like, "Motherfucker!" And he brought me this perfect pipe that was at cellar temp. It wasn't even cold. Like
There's an Irish village in Dubai. That is
yeah,
like-
but then when you find out how they get those employees, because they go and get them and they bring them in and then they take their passport and don't give it back for 3 years.
Oh, it's human trafficking.
I'm like,
at its
holy
finest.
shit.
100%.
But then like the whole pool area was sponsored by Budweiser. As long as you were inside the hotels, apparently Allah cannot see over the walls.
It's a loophole.
It's fucking weird.
Thanks, buddy.
But
Gotcha, buddy.
yeah, do you see the new vehicle that's replacing the Humvee that the third ID just got? The LRMV or whatever the fuck it is.
No.
So we're finally replacing the fucking Humvee after how long have we had
Well,
that?
that's been 5-6 years now.
So the Marines will get it sometime next fucking decade.
So well, they were sort of around, but now all of the third ID have replaced all of their Humvees with like truck versions and the medic versions and like all the shit that we had Humvee versions of. All their shit's been replaced. So I guess all the Humvees are getting cycled out, and now this new LRMV comes. And I was like, wow, I've hit the age to actually look at the Army and go,
Back in my day.
dude, we didn't have any of this.
Well, Scott and I have already been there because remember 5 tons?
Yeah.
Before 7 tons?
Yeah.
Yeah. For
What are 5
MTVRs?
tons?
The Army never had 7 tons.
MTVRs?
Never. Well, they had the
LMTV.
yeah, but not the Marine Corps 7 tons.
Really?
Yeah, we had LMTVs and
Even the Army was like, yeah, we don't want those.
MTRs.
So we went from 5 tons to 7 tons.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
had
had 5
those.
tons. Fuck, I was in a unit. We still had deuce and halves.
Well, deuce and halves were always good for like,
They're
Like-
useful.
yeah,
Pain in the ass to shift,
smaller shit. But
especially when you're fucking my size, trying to shift in a fucking deuce and a half, trying to push that fucking shifter down to get it to engage.
Never
was-
had an issue.
Oh, Fort Campbell's got a bunch of these too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the LRMV
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck
Yeah, the
it's
Fort
called.
Campbell's
They
had it
look
for
fucking
5
sweet.
years.
Oh,
Yeah.
they look dope.
They're big as fuck.
I got
Yeah.
I got hit by a 5 ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, in reverse. This dude left it in gear and started it, and it fucking lunged back and fucking hit me. And I had like on the way down, I grabbed my rifle and I had a BFA on it, and
you told me that.
I caught a BFA right here. Had to get 26 stitches in my fucking eye.
It's dope looking.
Corporal Cody. Never saw that guy again.
But
You-
I guess
you owe me a
I guess they're
fucking beer,
officially
bro.
rolling it out to and replacing the Humvee with everything. I was like, look at that. So the Army's gonna have an all new weapon system, all new vehicles, all new everything. And I'm like, I guess I've hit that age where
Yeah.
fucking
Back in my day.
my Army didn't have any of this.
Yeah.
My Army didn't have smartphones during basic training and
Right.
safe spaces. So
No.
yeah.
It's not a
Or women rangers. Not in my army.
The new Army doesn't
Jesus,
really
man.
have them either.
I'm just saying.
What year is it?
Hey, look,
That's pretty recent there, Mikey.
yeah, I'm all about female rangers.
Hey, dude, if they can fucking, if they
But
can,
past
if,
the standard.
if they can complete the standard,
Yeah.
I'm
absolutely.
fucking with anybody. If a person can complete the standard
Yep.
and maintain fucking tactical lethality,
Dude, I
because
had
that's what it's about.
I had
Being
a-
lethal in
I had
in
a drill
combat.
sergeant that went to Ranger School 3 times
Yeah,
and boloed all 3 times due
Yeah.
to injury.
Yeah.
Not couldn't do it, got hurt. So wasn't a Ranger.
sure.
If you can pass it, fucking A.
Yeah.
Like wear the tab. I don't give a fuck if you're hot to trot and
but
got a
you-
squat, but you can earn the tab.
But
Fucking wear the
but
tab.
You can't fucking
But
sacrifice
don't
standards.
lower the standard. Like if they're supposed to be the tip of the spear, then you have to be the fucking tip of the spear. You don't get to get the softball version.
right.
Like, sorry, I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah.
Make them 18 series for all I give a fuck. As long as they can get, if they can get through the pipeline, tab them. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, you're fucking green. It doesn't matter to me.
yeah. I don't care what's
But you
between
have to
your legs.
pass. But there is a Ranger standard. There is an SF standard. There's a standard. It's the same thing with sniper. There's sniper
Yeah.
standard. You can be a good shot. Can you get through SOTIC?
Right.
That's why
If you can't,
I respected Marine Infantry Officer School, IOC, refused to lower the standard, which is why there's been, out of like, I don't know, 40 or 50 that have tried. There's been one.
I've watched that Vet TV episode. It's good.
Which one?
Where they do it about the
Oh, when Donnie's dressed up like the
Yeah,
chick.
yeah, that's really good.
That is a good one. But, well, he's making fun of the fact
Yeah,
that
yeah, no, it's a good
like a lot of them tried, and it wasn't a thing. They did this pilot program where they took like admin Marines and shit from around the Marine Corps and were like, go through IOC. And they were like, this fucking sucks. And they're all dropping like day 1, day 2. And it's like, well, no shit. Like they're fucking not equipped, man. Like you're talking about infantry officers. They need to be able to fucking smoke the hardest dicks on the fucking planet. No pun intended.
It was a good one.
It was. But they need to be able to fucking smoke check these kids, knock them down a fucking peg and lead. If you can't pass that fucking course,
and I don't have
that's
a
the
problem
standard.
with it. I don't have
You
a
can't
problem
do
with it. Like this whole like, should there be female infantry and stuff like that? Sure.
absolutely.
I say make them all in the same platoon, though.
Dude, FET teams were fucking proven successful.
I'm all about it, but pass the standard. Like
Can you imagine an infantry woman's platoon? Holy
No.
drama
It-
shit.
could you imagine how terrifying that would be?
You know how
like in a
terrifying
battle space,
You know how
though?
terrifying the NCOs would be? Them bitches would be fucking hard. You want to talk about chips on a fucking shoulder? Holy fuck. They'd be hazing when rampant.
You know the worst part is they'd all fucking sink in 1 week a month. It would just be like, Go.
Send him in.
Go. Let us go.
Just dropping them, just flying over, just pushing them out, and just being like, "We need
Code red, code red, code red. Operation Crimson Tide is a go.
just be 1 week a month where whole governments were getting overthrown." It's like, what'd you do? We dropped a squad. Like, and it just fucking.
There's 8 of them.
We dropped a squad, and they're not starting until next week.
The fucking Delta boys are like, yeah, we don't operate anywhere they are. They're like, this is fucking.
We're requesting exfil.
Yeah,
Delta's like, Crimson Tide's a go. We're out.
we're deucing. Fucking why? Because I don't like war crimes.
Fuck that.
Somebody said Geneva, and I left. Like that was fucking.
Her name was Genevieve.
Oh, okay. Oh fuck.
Yeah, fuck all that.
But no, I'm about it. If you can pass, but stop saying there's a male and female standard for those advanced schools. For the HUA schools,
Yeah.
just say it's the Ranger standard.
Yeah.
If you can pass the Ranger standard, we don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like if you can get through the pipeline, that's the SF standard. You can have it. You were a soda constructor. Did you give a fuck what position they took to pee as long as they could pass the school?
No.
So who fucking cares? But there's a standard. Just hit the
for
standard.
instance, I went through a civilian sniper school with an Air Force sniper. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, it's fair.
Oh, can I also say this for any of you fucking people that out there that are Air Force? If you fucking refer to your MPs as SF one more fucking time,
You can go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna lose my shit. Like, I don't give a fuck that they wear berets. You are a fucking gate guard.
You want to hear a fun contractor story?
Fuck. If I hear one more fucking Air Force person refer to their MPs as fucking SF.
I'm in the chow hall at Camp Gibson, which was a camp in Kabul, which was primarily made up of like some pipe hitting motherfuckers, right? And they were attached to the NIU complex, which is the complex that I lived in. So we would always go down to their chow hall. It was a little bit better, better gym, stuff like that, right? So we were down there. There was like bazaars and shit. Well, I made friends with people, as you do. A lot of these guys are former 18 series guys, 18 series guys, Rangers, MARSOC dudes,
It's
stuff
because
like
as much
that.
as I love my 18 series friends, they get out and there's only one thing you can go do. But that skill
Basically.
set does not translate to fuck all
Truth.
other than
Truth.
going to do more of it.
I can pull trigger and I could force multiply your fucking country.
Yeah, that's all they're really good at.
But we would be down there, and some of the guys on the static contract were Air Force cops, because for whatever fucking reason, when it comes across on the MOSs that are allowed to contract in these specific fucking types of jobs, Air Force fucking SPs, because that's what they were called in Vietnam. That's what my father was. It was a security police, right? Because that's what they are. They're fucking security guards. Are allowed by MOS to contract. They meet because
wow, that sounds like some EO shit.
well, the Air Force sends all their fucking MPs to the federal to FLETC, which is the federal law enforcement credential. So they're federally engaged law enforcement officers by their fucking school. Their MOS school is at FLETC. So
This is a border patrol agent.
correct.
I'm not sending them to war.
Exactly. But so they're allowed to because of that, because of a federal law
That's
enforcement
no offense
credential.
to my border patrol friends. You guys do the fucking Lord's work, but like there's
Unless
a
you
difference.
violate their civil rights, Gary. Anyway.
But there's a difference between like riding a horse up and down a river and going to a war zone.
Yeah.
Like there's
So we're in this chow hall, and I'm sitting there with like 4 18 series dudes and like a ranger and like a fucking MARSOC operator. And we're all sitting there and we're bullshitting and whatever and just giving it to each other, just talking shit, right? And one of the guys that worked for me, who was an Air Force cop, comes down and sits down. And he's sitting there and they're like, "Oh, what'd you do in the military?" He's like, "Oh, I was SF." They're like, "Oh, what group?" And he's like, "No, in the Air Force." They were like, "Air Force SF? You're a PJ?" He's like, "No, security forces." And they're like, "Don't do that."
yeah. That's my point.
They just looked at him and they were like, "Don't do that. If I ever hear that again, I
Yeah.
will fucking bury
Fucking
you."
it's infuriating.
Like,
It's fucking
like,
infuriating.
ugh.
I was an SF guy.
You don't look it. Like,
Really, there's like a certain way those guys carry themselves.
It
Like, I've
ain't.
been around a lot of them, and
and believe me, it wasn't this guy. Like,
yeah, you guys have been around a lot of them. There's like you're around one. They don't even have to really tell you. You can just kind of go like, yeah, you fucking like
Yeah.
cordwood, just kind of stacked things like just fucking.
Well, what's that joke? How do you know the SF, the special forces operator in the room? He's doing the corner, being quiet, not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
You know.
But how do you know what seal's in the room? He'll tell you.
Yeah, or you got his book.
I was gonna say he's doing a book signing.
Or he's got great hair. Shit.
Dude, fucking, that's what we need to do with our buddy over at Combat Comb Over. We need to fucking get him hooked up with the SEALs, and he could just become the official fucking pomade and beard oil of the SEALs.
I'm gonna link him up with SEAL Future Foundation.
Fucking.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you guys, you know what you guys can
Official
use?
pomade
You guys
of the
need a
SEAL
pomade
Future
sponsorship.
That's what you need. Totally fucking work.
You know what? I'll make
the call. I'll make the call.
I know
We're
all
gonna
of them.
make this happen.
Yeah,
That's
well,
fucking hilarious.
That's a good idea. Shit.
Oh, he'd be about it.
It was funny. Every event I've gone to for the SEAL Future Foundation, I talk so much shit about book deals and hair care products, and they'd be like, "Oh, you going to do some cool shit? Don't worry, you look pretty. You look pretty." Like, I talk so much shit. Oh, you got a flannel and jeans and flip flops. Real original, bro.
Oh my God. Okay. So I'm not going to spoil this on the show, but don't let me forget. We need to call Jack Mandeville when we come off the air.
Okay.
There's something I got to tell him. He'll appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I talked to Jack yesterday.
Well, luckily, I think I'm the only fucker in the room that doesn't have his cell phone number. So.
His Instagram
Or do
story. His Instagram story was in Cibolo, and I recognized the PetSmart, and I was like, "Hey, bro, are you in Cibolo?" And he's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh." He's like, "I'm at Zaxby's." And I'm like, "Yeah, I forgot you love that place because he does."
Yeah.
And there's one in Cibolo, and he's like, "Yeah, it's not as great as it should be." And I'm like, "It's not that good, man. You just fucking."
Okay, I
don't
lied.
know why
He's
you
actually.
love it.
Yeah, I do have his cell phone number.
Yeah, but I talked to him for maybe 20 minutes. We bullshit a little bit.
All right. Sign us off. We're fucking done for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking all over the fucking place today, man. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friend.
You're so good.
To go to warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO for
a sweet 15% off discounts.
Much better.
There you go.
Had to redeem myself after that one. NOWellness.us for your CBD needs. Get that tinctures and the freeze gel and the massage oils and all that stuff. Use Freedom Friends 25 for a quarter off your order over there.
And then while you're at it, raise your glass.
That's right.
A lot like this. Look at your buddy and go, "Hey, thanks for being my fucking freedom friend."
Oh, thank you.
And as always, 3 tiny little things. Scotty boy, hit him with the first one.
Smoke on.
Johnny?
Drink on.
And
God damn it,
boys.
Freedom the fuck on. See you next time.